Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is install the site. Now, if you look in your folder, your downloads, and what you're going to have is the Paleo Diet Niche blog. Now, this is going to be a zip file, so you'll need to extract that. And when you extract that, you want to go inside that folder and go inside the next folder. The files that we're going to be working with are the WordPress files and SQL file, okay? So go inside that. Now you're going to have a folder here called Paleo Diet. What you want to do is just zip that folder into a zip file, okay? So whatever you use, I use 7-zip, and I would just uh, actually go to send to and then compress zip folder, okay? So zip that folder up. This is the what we're going to be working with, okay? So what we need to do now is go back and log into our cPanel. It's time to actually install the site. Now the first thing we're going to do is go down to my SQL database wizard, and we're going to create a database for our site. So click on that link. Okay, so we need to give our database a name. I'm just going to call it Paleo, and then click on next step. And actually I already created that database, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I'm going to pause the video and delete that and come right back. Okay, so we're back in our database wizard, and I'm going to call it Paleo. And you can name your database whatever you like, and then click on next step. And the user, the database user, I'm going to call it PaleoU. Okay, now we need to create a password, so we're going to click on password generator. Now I've already created this password, so I'm going to go to the notepad that I've created, and I'm going to copy this password that I already created. So I'm just going to put it in here. Now how I generated that password was using the password generator. Okay, once you have your password, you want to make sure and put it on your notepad. So just paste it here on your notepad, and then click on create user. Now we're going to check the box that says all privileges. You want to make sure and copy this information to your notepad. So just paste it here, okay, and click on next step. Okay, so we're done with the database. As far as creating the database, we are done. So now we're going to click on go back home. At this point, again, you already have your domain name. So let's say that you went and registered your domain name, and you see it here. Okay, so what we want to do is go into our file manager. Now you want to make sure that you're in the public HTML. So I'm going to double click that. Okay, now normally you wouldn't have anything in here. Okay, if this is a brand new domain you're just now installing the site on, you wouldn't have any of these folders. These folders represent subfolders and subdomains. Okay, so normally you wouldn't have anything here. Okay, now since I'm just doing this as an example, I'm going to be putting this into a subfolder. Okay, but normally this would be the area that you'd be working in. Okay, so I'm going to create a subfolder. I'm going to click on new folder. Now this is something you're probably not going to be doing. I'm just going to call the folder Paleo. Okay, so we're going to pretend like Paleo is the domain that we created. Okay, so I'm going to come down and find that folder that I just created. Okay, now there's nothing here. Okay, this is what you should be seeing as far as you may see the CGI bin or something like that, but anything else, you shouldn't have anything else in here. Okay, so now it's time to upload the files. We're going to click on upload. Excuse me. Click on the upload icon, and now we're going to browse to the location on our computer. Okay, so now here we are in the WordPress SQL folder, and we're going to upload the zip file. Remember I told you to zip this file up, so we're going to highlight that and then click on open. And we're going to let that upload. Okay, so while that's uploading, what we're going to do is go back to the cPanel home, and we're going to go down and open PHP MyAdmin. And it will open up in a new tab as well. Now on your left hand side you'll need to click the little plus sign. When you click that, you'll see all the databases that you've created. So we're going to click on the database that we just created, which is Paleo. You'll see that there's nothing here. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on the import link. Now on the import link we're going to click on browse. Now what we're going to be uploading here is the paleodiet.sql file. So you're just going to highlight that and then click open, and then click on go at the bottom. So it'll import your database. Now at this point you want to click on structure and then click on WP options. There's a couple of pieces of information that we have to change. The first one is site URL. We need to change this URL to our domain name URL. So we're going to click on edit, and we're going to change this to our domain, our URL. In my case, it's mainreviews.net/paleo. Okay, so once we have that, we're going to click on go. Okay, now we need to scroll down to the bottom and click the little arrow that says so we can go to the next page. The next piece of information we are going to edit is the home. Right here where it says home, we need to edit this URL, just like we did last time with the site URL. So we're going to click on edit, and we're going to edit this URL. Okay, so we have our URL there. Now we're going to click on go. At this point we're done with PHP MyAdmin. We can close that out. Now let's go back to where we're uploading our file, and you can see that it's been uploaded. So we're going to click on the link that go back. Okay, so what you have now is a zip folder. So highlight that zip folder and we're going to extract, and then click extract. And then you're going to click on OK. And now you're going to click on reload. So you'll have all of your WordPress files. Now you can delete this zip file. We don't need it anymore. So we're going to highlight that and delete it. Then click delete. Okay, now what we need to do is come down and edit our WP config file. So highlight that, right click, and click on edit. And then click on edit again. At this point we need to change three pieces of information, which is the database username, the database password, and the database name. Okay, so the database name is here, username and password. So we're going to go into our notepad and we're going to copy our database name. This is the database that we created, and we're going to paste it in here right over the existing. You want to make sure that you're not leaving any spaces. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing for the username. Okay, mine was the same except it had a U after it. Okay, now we need to paste in our password. We're going to copy that and paste in our password. Now you got to make sure that you're not leaving any spaces before or after each of the information. Okay, no spaces. If you don't, if everything's right, click on Save Changes, and then we'll be done with this. So you can close that out. So what we're going to do now is go into our browser, and then we're going to navigate to our site. Now there may be some changes we'll have to make. We'll just have to see. But you can see our site is there. Everything is up and it looks great. Okay, so we got a great site. We got a good start, and I think you'll actually enjoy this site. So the site installation is complete. Now all we're going to do is log in and start editing our site. Now one thing that you may want to do in this README file, if you open the README file up, it's going to well, I thought it was going to tell you what the login details are, but you won't have those. Okay, so what you're going to do is go back to your cPanel. You're going to open back up PHP MyAdmin. Let's make sure that the username and password is not here. Okay, so back into our cPanel home, we're going to open phpMyAdmin back up. Again, we're going to click the little plus sign, and we're going to click on our database. Okay, so when it opens, we're now going to click on WP Users, and we're going to edit this line. Click on Edit. Now here you can put in your whatever you want your username to be and our password. So let's make a new password. Let's delete that, and we'll make a new password. Okay. Now when you make your password, you want to make sure and click this little arrow that has a drop down, okay, and then select MD5. Okay, make sure you do that or it will not work. So once you get your new password here and selected MD5, and you maybe, and I recommend that you change your username also, you want to come down and click on Go. Okay, now we can close this out. Now back on our site, if we go and navigate to our WP admin, we should be able to log in with the credentials we just created. Okay, now we're on our dashboard. Now in the next video, we're going to go through setting this up. So I hope you enjoyed this installation and you got your site up, and we're going to take a look at it in the next video. So we'll see you in the next video.